Alright, hello Guild Wars 2 gamers, welcome back to the show. I am your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still quiet host Mukluk, and today is Tuesday, usually Guild Wars
Crimson
Tuesday.
Spud! Moonlight Potato!
But it's more like Guild Wars the whole week this week. But we are back in the wonderful world of Tyria, hanging out with you guys as long as I can, and do have a giveaway for you guys. You know, some would say this is a better giveaway than normal. I have got gem codes, sponsored by ArenaNet. I have to legally say that, or they come for my tiny Asura kneecaps. So I have got some gem codes to give away to you guys this evening. So we will hang out for an hour or so, because I don't want to overtax the voice issues, and then we'll do a juicy giveaway for you guys and end it with a bang. That is the plan for our short time together today. Hope you guys have had a good one so far. Standalone client. They are for the standalone client, but if somebody is like, for example, if they're on the Steam client and they win a gem code, I could just consume the gem code, spend the gems on something they want that's giftable, and I could just gift them, like, Blackline keys or something. So there is still a way that others can enter. It would just be different. It'd be slightly different. Who's that? TK Demon Waker. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support, especially this week, the worst of all weeks for me. Thank you so much. How's the recovery? It's tough to say. I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything I can. I'm getting extra sleep. I am drinking tons of water. I am using all the medications I'm supposed to be taking. Occasionally, I have to take like ibuprofen for the pain. I got cough drops on hand when I need them. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. I'm eating boring food that I hate, just because there's so many things I'm not allowed to eat right now. I'm doing all the things. I don't feel particularly better, but I've still got like 5-6 more days on the medications that I'm currently on. So if after that, like hopefully by then I'm fine. But if after that I still feel messed up, then I can go to them and be like, look, I did everything you said and it didn't work. What's next? By the way, I feel like if you go to the doctor and they tell you, like they diagnose you with something and prescribe something and you do it, and then it doesn't work, I feel like you should get like a discount, you know? The problem is that a lot of people would abuse that, because so far, I think I've spent close to $2,000 on this issue. And by God, they haven't fixed it yet. But I feel like if you go to the doctor and you spend a lot of money on the trip and they don't fix you, like you need some kind of kickback. You need some kind of return on that. like you recover your money back. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. I know there would be people that would abuse it, right? There'd be people that would lie. I'm just saying, like, at this point, I'm at a lot of money and I don't feel better yet. Doctor's guess. Yeah, I know. But it's just like, come on. If your guess costs me a ton of money and time and 3 months of misery and then nothing good comes out of it, like, what did I pay you for? I just paid you to be wrong. Blah, 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 blah. I agree with you. I spent like $3,000 at the vet's office for what was a doggy cold. My dog died. Oh, wow, that's dark. Well, I hope this doesn't kill me, but I am, in the last 3 months, by the way, I'm sorry about your dog. In the last 3 months, you know, they have put me on numerous rounds of medication, and currently I am on what is my second round of steroids and my second round of antibiotics. And at this point, I've been diagnosed to having bacteria in the throat. I've been diagnosed for having laryngitis. I started to say leukemia. No, not leukemia, different L. Laryngitis. And I've been diagnosed with acid reflux. And it's like, okay, well, maybe it's all of that. Maybe like I got, because the issue definitely happened overnight. It was an 18-hour stream, next day, couldn't talk, lots of pain. So it's like, okay, I firmly believe it was a vocal thing. I broke something. And it was like, okay, maybe it's laryngitis, and then maybe I have some acid reflux, and that's preventing the healing. And then maybe bacteria grew. Maybe all three of those are correct. I don't know. But so far, it's just been like 3 months of misery. They told you to gargle warm, salty water. You guys told me to gargle warm, salty water, and I did that on many, many days during the month where we were trying all the home remedies you guys had. So yeah, we tried that. Nasty, disgusting, don't recommend it. It didn't really help. Thank you, I missed yours 4 years ago. I hear that. You never really forget them. Twitch changed their mind on the other chats, so now both are on stream. Yes. Twitch. It was always a stupid rule. Yeah, Twitch now allows you to have merged chats on your screen. Whereas before they did not. Finally, I was able to see you here. Don't remember you still remember, but you were suggesting an IEM for me and bought it. It's the best purchase ever made. Nice. Nice. Glad there's no regrets. Have you done the hot toddy? That sounds dirty. I don't know what that is. I've also done honey. I did honey water also. Yeah. I did hot water, did honey, did hot honey water, did teas with honey, gargled with salt water, chamomile. Yeah, did all those. Your wife is Russian. Did you ask her to hit your throat? Russians have that kind of magic. I don't know. Maybe she punched my throat in her sleep. Maybe that's what caused this in the first place. I have no idea. Sounds like the next step is obviously gargle with hot honey mug. I did hot honey water. I haven't done that. I would say onion soup, but I would need to ask my mom for a recipe. Okay. Is it itchy? No, like right now, my throat feels like... It feels like I ate a ton of spicy food, like for the last 2 meals I ate. But I didn't. I didn't do that. So it's like my throat just feels like raw right now, which includes the talky bits. So talking is uncomfortable. But no, it's not like itchy, not like scratchy itchy. Okay, cool, that's done. Let's see, crowbar. Actually worked on... I've already got a script for Craftlock 9 done. And I worked a bit on the script for Craftlock 10 today, which is going to be the final one in the series. So I can't read them in the voice yet, but once I can, I'll have those ready. Are you going to a primary care or a specialist? The crappy insurance we have is through Kaiser Permanente. And I don't know if everybody has Kaiser where they are, but Kaiser, like, you have to go to get your insurance to even partially cover your trip. You have to go to a in-network doctor, and there's these big Kaiser centers scattered throughout the area where I'm at, and the nearest one to me is like an hour away. And you go there, and it's this building the size of like a small shopping mall, and you go in there, and then they're like, okay, oh, you need ear, nose, and throat. That's, wing 5. Floor 1, whatever. So, I've been going to those. But, like, I went to one, and then it didn't fix my problems. And my next appointment with her, like, that doctor, the next time I could see her again was, like, 3 months later. I was like, all right, I'm not waiting another 3 months. So then I went to a different ENT that was still also Kaiser, so I had to pay all the fees again. And that was the one that I went to most recently. So there's supposedly ENT specialists. Supposedly. Could it be something in the air you're breathing in? Anything's possible, but I doubt it.
1 meteor, please.
I'll try to remember that ghost story. Thank you. No one else in my house is getting sick. It's just... And I'm not even really sick. I don't have like a cold or like a virus or anything contagious or anything like that. Who said the other doctor gave you that? Yeah, what he said, because like gosh, the chain of events. Hang on a sec. Where's something to write in? Okay, all right. So December, I don't know. I think it was 14th. Did 18-hour stream. Voice broke. All right. Week later, still broke. Getting concerned. Did video call with doc. They prescribed 5 days of steroids. And I picked up prescription. Right? Week later, tiny bit better. Maybe. Chat starts recommending home remedies. All right. Teas, honey, teas with honey. Elevate head when sleeping, sleep on left side, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so all right. January like 11th, still bad. go to dock in person this time. They shove camera down, well, nostril into throat, say it looks awful, yellowish spots, give me a antibiotic. They think bacterial infection. All right, so take that. Next checkup with this doc is in late April. I decide can't wait that long and make a new appoint, different doc, most recent one. He shoves camera down throat again, this time just bright red, so looks better, but inflamed. Prescribes another steroid, second one, and swabs mouth. Few days later, gets back the results from swab, says had bad bacteria, and prescribes a second antibiotic. And that's where we're at now. There you go. That's the whole story so far. What is he doing? Answering questions about my medical history. That's it. That's the whole story so far. Did you notice any muscle gain with the steroids? Yeah, that's why I'm having trouble breathing. My neck is just becoming like a Vegeta neck. It's just going to be just this log. Yeah. No, I don't think it's that kind of steroids. I'm pretty sure there's multiple types of steroids, and I think I'm not taking the kind you're thinking I'm taking. Jacked neck, yeah. Super Vegeta muck neck. Mm-hmm. Neck as thick as your head is wide. But yeah, that's the whole story so far. And like, I can talk right now. There's mild discomfort, but it's not too bad. But, you know, I'm trying to really, really baby it this week so that at the very least I'll be able to go to the doctor next time if this doesn't work. And I'll be like, look, I took a week off. I'm not going to tell her I worked 1 hour a day. I'm going to say I took a week off work. I did everything you guys asked, and I'm still mucked up. Fix me. We need a command with exclamation throat. Nah, that's fine.
You must prove your strength.
The update changes periodically. Did you finish the patch notes yesterday? Yeah, the fake April 1st patch notes. Yeah, we recorded them and sent them over to Noxxi, and also one person on my Discord is trying to help me make a fake logo for the Guild Wars 2 Return of Cormyr. Mug, don't die, we need you. I'm trying. I miss you guys too. God, I swear, like, last few days, I just keep seeing more things I want to stream. Mike, I finished Decima Raid today thanks to your guide. Nice! I'm glad it still helps. I have more work stuff, hope you feel better. See you, Intermore. Unless we find a game I can stream without talking. Monk, you should do a 30-day no-talking streaming challenge run. I'd have to get a better TTS. Monk has at least some voice left after yesterday. Yeah. I think games with a lot of voice acting might be better for you right now. Baldur's Gate 3, our 4th run. Hey. Visitor. You just came in. Gotta look at the camera, Chip. He's not cooperating. Are you allergic to cats? Not that I know of, no. Isn't there a TTS you could use with your own voice? I don't know if I want to feed my voice into a TTS machine. Are cats allergic to you? Considering how often he hangs around me, I don't think so. Could finish Halo. Yeah, I could. I mean, next up would be starting Halo 3. I mean, I could do that tomorrow and, you know, mostly just focus on gameplay. Maybe I could do like a 2-hour stream if I, you know, just talking rarely. That is definitely a possibility. Could finish Hell Is Us. Which game was that? Oh yeah, I was intending to do a full playthrough of that. Yeah. We, I would want to restart it. Because we did a 2-hour sponsored stream for GeForce Now, and we were playing that at that time. Yes. Let's see. What did I do today? Oh, chat. Hold on. Share something with you guys. Today is my, I think, 18th anniversary with Anna. It's our wedding anniversary today. So I asked her today, I was like, hey, really rarely am I available to do whatever for lunch? Do you want to like go out for lunch or something like that? Because, you know, typically we're both money saving people. So I was like, you know, a few days ago, I was like, do you want to do anything for our anniversary? And she's like, no, let's just save money. But today I was like, hey, if you want to go out or something, we can. My schedule's clear because of this. And she's like, I'll look at some options. I'm like, all right, if you find something you want, then pick it. Otherwise, you know, we don't have to. And she ended up picking the Cheesecake Factory. And I've never been there. So in my head, I'm imagining like when you go to Krispy Kreme and they've got those machines and you can see them making donuts. And I was just imagining just like literally a factory making cheesecakes. So I've never been to Cheesecake Factory. And she's like, let's go here. I'm like, okay. So I go there and let's just say I was disappointed because that is not what that is. It's not even a factory at all. So, you know, liars. So we get in there and it's a restaurant. Their menu is huge. It was like a book. Like I was kind of surprised by how much stuff they had as options on their menu. But it was also all very expensive. Like a burger was $21. So I was like, all right, well, it's an anniversary. It's a special occasion. So, you know, it's like they had a lot of stuff that looked pretty good, but I didn't want to take a risk and order something I might not like because everything was so freaking expensive. That was what was going through my head. So I ended up, I was just like, all right, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to get a burger. So I was like, you know, bring me your finest bacon cheeseburger and some fries and a glass of water. My wife got like fish and potatoes or something. I don't know. So we order this. And my wife's like, is there like, you know, bread or anything? And he's like, yeah, everything comes with a basket of bread. And we're like, okay, just bring us the bread. He's like, okay. And then we wait like 20 minutes. We finally get the bread. And it's like 4 small pieces. So like we eat it in like a second. And she's like, can we get more bread? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then he brings the meal like 20 minutes later. So at this point we've been here like 40 minutes. And like 10 minutes into the meal, he brings us the second like small pieces of bread. And I was just like, oh my God. And like at one point he comes up and he goes to pour water to refill my water. And he fills it like a third of the way and his jug runs out. Like he came up with 2 drops of water. He's like, oh, hang on. And then he leaves and he never comes back. And I was just like, oh my God. So like I had to like flag him down later so I can get some more water. And so it's like the food was good. It was a good burger and fries. But the wait time on like literally everything was awful. Like the wait time on like the service, the wait time on the food, and like it wasn't busy. We got there like 1 or 2. We were one of like 5 families seated in there. Like they had a lot of empty tables, but it was like just the service was not great. So it's like in the end, I gotta say my brief escapade into Cheesecake Factory. I will say that if like Five Guys burgers and fries, if that's a 10. The burger and fries I had at Cheesecake Factory was like a 9. They were pretty good, but they were more expensive, and it took forever to get our stuff. So I probably wouldn't go back unless it was a special occasion and my wife just wanted to. Oh, also, yeah, someone's saying, did you get cheesecake? At the end, I asked my wife, I'm like, we're at Cheesecake Factory, you want cheesecake? And she's like, sure. Now, I just like normal cheesecake, just plain cheesecake, and then, you know, maybe put some like cherries on it or something. And I was like, what do you want? And she's like, I either want salted caramel or I want tiramisu. And I'm like, okay. I could only eat a few bites. Do you want to split one? And she's like, sure. So it's like, okay, well, let's do tiramisu. I don't really like either of those, chat, but I don't like salted caramel more than I don't like tiramisu. So she gets a tiramisu thing, and I have like 3 or 4 bites. It was fine. It was fine. But I was like another $13 or something. It was funny at the end. Like, I got water because, you know, my throat's on fire, and my wife got like a Coke Zero, and they charged her like $6 for the Coke Zero. I'm like, that's 2 liters. What? So, yeah. I think unless I'm going for someone else's special occasion, I don't know if I'm going back to Cheesecake Factory. That was a very expensive... Like, it was good food, but they charged like it was Ruth's Chris or something. Don't like salted caramel or even human milk. Oh, medication's not working on me. Maybe not. Happy anniversary. Oh, wow, Leica. Wow.
Gathering strength. Hit it hard. Now.
Yeah, dude. She's great. I am very happy to be with her. And I would not be able to do what I do without her. Like, assuming I was healthy, I would, like, morning streams, if I were single chat, would probably not be a thing. It would probably, because I'd probably be devoting mornings to either, like, YouTube videos or, what is it, like, just maintaining the house and food and stuff like that. Like, I can only do as much streaming as I do normally with her support. Oh, wow. I think I can get 4 reses there. I'm on kayaks. Your wedding anniversary? Yeah, Blue, that was the whole point of the trip. It's our 18th anniversary today, if my math is right. I'm a guy, so I get that wrong sometimes. So we went to Cheesecake Factory, because that was her pick. Off to bed. See ya, Kara. Drosen, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Muck for putting up with you for 18 years. I think I don't make it too difficult. %, almost to the next break bar.
Those ghosts empowered it. We'll need to hit it harder.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, I had already done thousands of CC points. I had one more that was coming off cooldown, but it was too late.
Commander, they're marching on the Titan. You should head that way.
Which day is it in your time zone? It's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Guild Wars Tuesday.
Happy anniversary. Mukluk hype.
Thanks, Daisuke. Let me ask, what was the fast task you did when you were touching a Stargate and then aiming at the targets of the wand? I just checked your YouTube channel, I couldn't find the answer. Oh, those are the treasure chests that are in the new expansion, Visions of Eternity. They require masteries. But basically, you interact with the chest and, like, a puzzle appears, and you have to shoot at the... Like, you have 3 shots, and you have to destroy all the markers, but the markers explode and have AoE damage. So you just like try to wait for the markers to get close together and shoot the one in the middle. And then chest opens and a bunch of loot comes out. Greetings all. Hey, Corwin. Anything big planned tomorrow? It's funny you say that. Yes, further celebration of our anniversary. My wife has to get my wife still has all her wisdom teeth, and she has to get one yanked out tomorrow. So I would say about lunchtime tomorrow, I'm going to be driving my wife, who is probably going to be going back home. Now, I had complications with my wisdom teeth back when I was a teenager, so mine were removed a long time ago. She still has all of hers. She's gonna be a zombie? Yeah. Brains.
It'll be more difficult to kill after eating those ghosts.
I'm out of CC. It's not enough. There's quite a few people here who are not, like, I know with this build, I'm pulling the weight of probably 3 to 4 average players with my CC, because I've got so much of it. But there's a lot of people here doing, like, none. Or he ate too many ghosts. Remember, no caffeine. Oh, you mean for her? Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I've been on no caffeine because of my throat issue. Oh my god, you guys, I miss Coke. Like, honestly, either kind at this point. I miss it so bad. I basically went from someone who drinks like 3 cans of soda a day to just stop cold turkey for 3 months.
Kill them quickly!
Five-man rows. Have you lost a lot of weight after stopping cold turkey with a soda? Actually, no. I've lost like none. Now, I'm already a pretty skinny dude, but no, I've lost like no weight at all. And I know that because, like, I don't typically weigh myself, but I'm like aware. And during each of the many doctor's appointments I've had to go to these last 3 months, you know, they always like check your weight and your blood pressure and all that crap, like right when you get there. You know, the I don't know, the nurse, the assistant, whatever does all that. So like I'm very aware of it right now, just because they just did that. So no, surprisingly. Why? What? Wait, when? Why? You mean like why do they do that? I think they just like. They just track all of your basic stats like as soon as you get to the doctor. Like that's pretty normal, I think.
Were we as lucky?
Your weight, they put like the arm cuff on you, they check your blood pressure and a few other things. Micah made a Sura today, and he's a ranger following the build you posted. I know, you told me earlier, Zavona, and I said nice. It's funny that you made him a ranger. Sorry, you made a Sura too. Did you check out the new item in the gem store? Oh, I saw their video, the coat and hoverboard, right? I saw their video on it on Twitter. It looks good. Very cyberpunk. Honestly, my only feedback with this is Dynamics is a college in the Asura town, Radasum, the College of Dynamics. So that means this is supposed to be Asura inspired. So I find it really weird that it doesn't have a spot for the ears. Like, I just assume my ears are glued to my head and I cannot hear well in this. Like, you would think it would have, like holes or little side hoods for the ears. Like, they did do the side toes. You see there's, like, armored side toes down here? But they didn't do anything for the ears, and it's supposed to be a Asura College theme. But other than that, I do think it looks nice. There's another outfit, and I can't remember what it is, that has, like, almost hoods for the ears. That looks nice if you're an Asura player. God, where is it now? Is it Vagabond? Oh, it's this.
I'm in
Dervish.
position. Conjuring a
You see,
portal
there's
now.
it's almost like there's a
I don't
smaller
want to
hood
risk
over the
using
ear
scepter
on the
again
side.
Before we reach the interior chamber. Use your Warclaw chains the Kandan siege turtles provided, and whatever else you have. I'll keep the portal open.
Isn't your Sir the shortest height? Yeah, it is, because I messed up. When I made my character, I thought, I was like, I'm going to do a lot of PvP. And I thought being the smallest possible height was going to give me an advantage. It doesn't work like that. I thought I'd be a smaller target. In World v. World, it kind of does. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. There can be rare situations where it could help. But in general, it's probably not going to.
The Titans spawn are swarming in greater numbers as the barrier weakens.
Well, that reminds me,
Let them
Bluebell.
overwhelm us.
You always like when we play spooky games. Someone gifted me, day before yesterday, RE3, which I've not played. I was introduced to RE when they started remaking the games, and I think we've played 2, 4, and 7, 8, 9. So I now own RE3, apparently. Short stay, but I'm off. See you, Zev. Short stream today, but we're still not doing well. It's still not recovered. Like, I can talk right now, but it's uncomfortable. So we're doing short streams this week to try to let it heal as much as possible. And then either A, get better, or B, be able to tell the doctor, like, look, I basically took a week off of work. This isn't working. What's next? One of the two.
The Titans spawn are swarming in greater numbers as the barrier weakens. Don't let them overwhelm us.
When you have the giveaway, we'll do it like near the end, so in like 20 minutes or so. So I'll be going a little over an hour, but there's not a lot of talking for a giveaway. But I got some nice gem codes for you guys, so hopefully we can end it with a bang. Make everybody glad they stopped by. Probably going to swap to support after we get through this. Let's do the chicken nugget druid. I still need to do a video on the chicken nugget druid. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I could do that for our time tomorrow.
I have eyes on our Titan organ and the Mist's Gate. Center lane will be
Because plus it should be a build that's not affected by the April 14th update. So there's some builds right now that if I did a video on them, they would go out of date like immediately. Wait, what? The build's all messed up. What's going on? There we go. I still had the wallow. It's weird.
See those nodules connected to the organ? They're brimming with the Titan's magic. If we destroy them, the organ should fail. Let's see what happens when we take one off the board.
Which build? So there's a trait for Druid, or Ranger I should say, where if you have a Moa pet, and the MOA does its F2, it puts barrier on everyone. It's the only way a druid can pump barrier. So if you're running double MOA and Beast Mastery, then what you can do is every like 16 seconds, you can F2, pet swap F2, and pump a bunch of barrier on the team. And it's kind of funny because it really doesn't lose any of the strengths that a druid normally has, but now you also have some barrier burst. And it's not something that I'm going to say like, oh, this is the best way to play druid, but it's fun and it works. So I wanted to do like a little video on it. Like, it's really nice for something like Veil Guardian where there's like a predictable huge burst periodically. You can use this to basically counter it.
I hope everything gets better. Hope you don't miss out on the voice acting because of it.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. I've been so like excited about the VA thing, and I haven't said anything about this because this started in December, and at that time they were like, okay, we need a month to make decisions. So I was like, hopefully this just heals in a month and I never have to tell them about it, you know? I wasn't trying to keep anything from them, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I can't do this because I have laryngitis, and then they like, okay, they find somebody else, and then I recover, you know? So I was like, all right, I think it'd be best if I just don't say anything right now. So right now they don't know. And right now, if they were like, hey, we need you to record some lines, depending on the length of the recording, I could still do it, you know? But if they were like, hey, we need you in a booth recording 10,000 lines because you're going to be the next guy from Kingdom Come Deliverance, then I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just die. I'll be spitting up blood at the end. You do VA? I have the opportunity. Okay, so I was invited to audition for some NPCs in the game. And I did the audition, and they said, we've got 2 characters in mind for you, but be patient, because they're pretty far along in the game. So it's like, yeah, they're recording all the earlier stuff right now. So, one, there's nothing promised, you know, I haven't signed a contract, and they could change their mind. But right now it's a maybe. But yeah, I'm hoping that my chances don't get messed up because of this. Because it was really fun getting into it. Like, honestly, I had never done it before, right? But getting into the VA stuff... Dude, where's the commander tag? I am sorry, what is going on right now? Getting into the VA stuff, it kind of felt like when you're at, like, you're playing D&D with some friends, and everybody's just using goofy voices and stuff like that. Like, it's... Actually, I just could not stop smiling once getting into it. Oh god, this is gonna hurt. Have they casting the other streamers? There is one, like there was a trailer that they did for Emberville already, and I'm pretty sure that one of the people that was doing a voice in the trailer was a streamer. So I think that there is another streamer that already has at least that role locked in. But then on top of that, I'm terrible with names, so forgive me. Like, the guy who's the voice actor for Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, he's on the project. The guy who is the voice actor for, like, all of the different guys that got cloned in the altars, he's also the, what's his name? Alex Jordan, I think? He's also, like, the veteran in Darktide. He is the creative director, so he's the guy I have to impress. The lady who, was it Amelia, who was the narrator in Baldur's Gate, she's on the project, so she's going to have a role. So there's a lot of big names on it, and then there's a handful of streamers like myself that were invited to audition. And then, so far the most positive thing I've heard was, quote, "We've got 2 roles in mind for yours truly, but we ask you to be patient." So I'm on the maybe line right now. Would you be down to do VA for Guild Wars 2? Oh, absolutely. I mean, hopefully after this clears up. Like, I have officially never done any VA stuff yet, right? I've just recently been given the chance to audition, and I was like, holy crap, I'm having so much fun. I would love to do it some more. But, you know, it would depend on if they would want me for something. Honestly, even if the worst should happen and they change their mind and I don't get to do anything in Emeraldville, I think it would be really fun afterward. Like, once it's revealed and it's not secretive anymore and, you know, there's not an embargo, I think it would be fun to read the stuff for you guys that I attempted, just so you guys could laugh at it. Because some of the characters were really funny. VA for Bram? Oh my gosh. Bram already has a VA. He can have him. I see you more playing as an Asuran. Yeah, I don't, like, Asuran voices, I don't think would be that difficult. Like, just knowing what I know now. Because if you think about it, some of the Asurans in the game have kind of like a high-pitched voice, like they're on helium. But then there's others that talk completely normal. Like, who's the one, it's like Visions of Eternity, there was it Sneb? Sneb had kind of a deep, gravelly voice. Right? And then there's the, was it, Vlox? Like, his is kind of sultry. Like, they come in also, like, what I'm getting at is the range that Asurans can be filed under for voices is kind of as flexible as human voices. So it depends on what they would want. But yeah, I mean, I think I could totally nail... Like, I've had many people say that they've heard so many of my Get to the Point videos that they just kind of associate my voice with a certain character at this point. So hell, I might be able to just talk normally. Looks like some of the other lanes are still... Oh, there we go.
The binding of wills. Strike at this abomination.
The issue with Asura is that you have to be able to say big nonsense words.
The Titans should
Like articulate the flux capacitors.
Soon.
I don't know, I can get through our intro pretty fast. I think I'd be fine.
More of you, Commander, but our other forces could use support if you're able.
Just talk normal, but with a tad more arrogance. Funny enough, and again, if I don't get the role, well, okay, whether I do or don't get the role, after the embargo's over, I'll read for you guys what I read, and you guys can laugh at me. One of the roles I did a reading for like the audition, was basically an old man who has a very short temper. And literally what I did for when I attempted it was I read using my voice for Get to the Point. Like, I just imagined I was a healer in a group, and my DPS kept standing in fire, and I was, like, on the 10th pull. And I just channeled all of that into the reading, and they said I did a really good job. They were like, oh my god, I could hear the eye roll. And I was like, yep, I'm there. So, if there's one thing I can do, it's apparently pissed off raid leader. Okay, meta is donezo. Want to hear my guess on how Visions of Eternity might play out? Sure. You also do a great Herbert voice. Herbert. Oh gosh, do I have that in me right now?
We can settle this like responsible young adolescents. Whoever can swallow the most Tylenol PM wins. Where's that muscly arm paper boy bringing me the good news?
Yeah, that one's still there. I would say now my voice I cannot go that high, but anything higher than my default is actually like accessible to me right now. It's things that are lower than my default that are like cut off from me right now. Like anyone who's watched my Craftlock series, I try to sound as deep as possible. I'm gonna do this for like 3 seconds. When I'm like, welcome to Hardcore Craftlock, episode 9. You know, like I'm a used car salesman or something, I don't know. That is hard right now. That is difficult. So that's why I have already made the script for the same for the next Craftlock video, but I haven't recorded it yet because it's 6 pages of me reading like that, and I know I would be like wheezing at the end, so that's on pause at the moment. But yeah, my range that's higher than my default voice is not a large range, but it's accessible at the moment. Sounds like a movie announcer. Monday, Monster Jam. Can you do the whipping the slaves voice? I don't want to. In a world, one man, betrayed by the country he loves, stands up against a corrupted government with nothing more than a file folder and a bullet. Muck, what do you think Ranger needs improvements in? That's a big conversation. Like, okay, on the small side of things, Signet of Renewal has a bug that's been there for 6 years. Allies Aid combined with Search and Rescue has a bug that's been there since creation. This trait is brand new, just came out like a month ago, and it has 4 bugs with it right now. Boom. Those are some things that need bug fixes. But if we're talking, what does Ranger need that's not a bug, but it's like a design decision, there's a handful of these pets that are completely useless. They have no purpose in any single game mode in the game. Revisit them, give them an overhaul. Just look at whatever the numbers are on the server. If there's any pets that have 0 use at level 80, fine, redo them. Just not like they're models. You don't need to do new animations, but just like revisit their primary ability and rebalance it. You know, stuff like that. You know, just anything. And I believe that should be true for any skill. Like with any of you, if you look at your skills down here, if you have a skill that is getting 0 use in any level 80 game mode, I would love for them to redo that skill for you. That's how I believe game balance should be done. If you've got something that is just, it's worthless in PvP, it's worthless in World v World, and it's worthless in raiding and open world and fractals, then give it a makeover. Tweak the numbers, make it do something different. I don't know, just give it a makeover. That's something I would love to see for everybody. How about a true hunter build, pets, traps, range? Yeah, traps are fun, but because they take up a slot down here, using them in World v World or PvP is dangerous because that's where your stun breaks go. Which for a time, there was a time where Soul Beast had a stun break on Unstoppable Union. And so you could get your stun break here, and then you could run more traps down here, but they got rid of that. So now your stun breaks are there, and so they compete with stun breaks. Yeah, if you look at a bunch of my old PvP videos, there's a lot of like traps and stuff like that, as I loved tricking people with those. Monk, do you think outside of Grenade Kit we should have Grenade Launcher? Doesn't that sound more fun? You really want another kit to juggle? Instead of Gale Shot, they could have done something like you can't pet swap, but you get a dire version of your pet. Oh, so like really lean into the pet build thing? Yeah, as a pet build enjoyer, like, how can I explain this? So, where's my scribble sheet? So, if you've got, let's say, average DPS does 100 DPS, just to make it simple, right? If I'm playing a game where I am a pet build, if someone just said, oh, you can be a necromancer in this game, you know, you can be a beastmaster in this game, you know, one of those titles where you're just like, oh, that's a pet build, I usually assume that pet builds will do like 40 DPS from the player and 60 DPS from the pets, or pets, right? So the total is like that. Okay? But in Guild Wars 2, most Ranger builds are like 95% player and 5% pet. So, and you know, on some fights it's better to be A, on some fights it's better to be B. But I'll say as a pet build enjoyer, I wish more of this was moved over here. I do. Now, of course, there'd be times where that's bad. If you're in PvP and your pet's pathing poorly and you're like, oh my god, you know, this sucks because so much of my damage is on my pet, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, in general, I think the division of the numbers is kind of weird in our game for pets. Like, they still have their uses, but yeah. Like this one can make frost shields. Remember when SB had a trait that would unmerge you and prevent getting downed? I missed that one. Oh yeah, it's like if you would die while merged, it instead forcibly unmerges you and you're like stunned for a second or something. Yeah, it was like a way of attempting to save your life. But it had a cooldown. I forget where that was, but I do remember it. Do you think with a Void emulation specialist and them experimenting on a wildlife, the Abundance of Magic Castora, the Inquest may make a synthetic Elder Dragon? I like where your head's at. That's a cool idea that I have not heard anybody else say. So good for you. However, after an expansion called The End of Dragons, I gotta say, part of me wants to say that it would be a cop-out to suddenly bring another dragon into things. But I do love, that sounds very Inquest, the idea that they're like, oh, hey, well, there's only one dragon left, and it's sleeping. You know, if we could make a synthetic Elder Dragon, it would start funneling in half the magic on the planet, and then we'd have access to all of that. You know? Control the spice. That does sound like something they would do. Like, I think that's a good idea that could be expanded upon, but, you know, execution. The devil's in the details. Jaya, thank you for the prime. I think the issue with Ranger pets is that, unlike mech, they are available to all Rangers, so it's hard to buff them just for a pet spec. Marwolf, you could absolutely buff them for just one spec, but like, for example, with Beast Mastery, literally Beast Mastery, it buffs all Ranger pets. With Nature Magic, you buff chickens. You know? With Marksmanship, you buff canines. Right? It's very easy to put a trait into one of these things that just buffs a thing. So, like, imagine if instead of Gale Shot, we got Beastmaster or something, I don't know. And it had just a whole bunch of buffs, but, you know, as an elite spec, so you couldn't double dip it. So, could they do that? Yeah, like, the coding for the game would allow that. I'm saying it's more work for them to do it and have not had the unintended consequences every now and then. I mean, I would say that there's always unintended consequences. That's why the April 14th balance patch is tons and tons and tons of nerfs, because it's a lot of consequences that they didn't intend. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm just sharing things that are my thoughts. You know, it doesn't match ArenaNet's thoughts. They could just make it so it's not a dragon, but something that does what a dragon is supposed to, like a big machine with a function that makes minions of its design. Yeah, or, like, they make a machine that, like, it's not like a robot dragon, right? But it's just like a factory, and it behaves in the way, like according to magic, maybe it behaves in the way that an Elder Dragon does, and so, like, it starts funneling in a bunch of the magic flow away from Aurene, and it just gets out of hand really fast. Because they suddenly start getting 50% of Zaitan, 50% of Mordremoth, 50% of Kraukatar, like, all of that. That could be cool. Watch the Bavaniso's meta never get past Gorseval with a nerf DPS. It's not a DPS check. Gorseval isn't a DPS check. Gorseval is a CC check. So, yeah, that one's going to be fine. What is the toughest DPS checks in the game? Okay, I'm going to tell you what comes to mind right now. Greer in Mount Balrior. Obviously the legendary challenge modes like Harvest Temple and Ceres. There might be some hiccups with Dragon's End. Those jump to mind. But again, we've got that same issue I've brought up more than once. You've got some content for the game that was balanced around having, like when we had like 10 to 20k was our DPS, and then we got other content in the game that's balanced around people that are doing like 40k. So if they buff or nerf everyone across the board, one of those contents becomes impossible or trivial. So they have to VOE metas. The VOE, okay, Hammerheart Twins isn't too bad. The other one, I think, has HP bloat. What is it, in Starlit Wield, when you fight Big Purple Mothman? That one, I think, already feels like it has too much hit points. Like, it's a fun fight, but it's a long fight. But I've never failed it because of the timer, unless we started it late. So, if they nerf damage, I still think that one will be doable if you just start it at the start time. But it's a long one, for sure. I was interested in their using Gwyll for VOE. It's nice to Welsh mythology to go look in. Cool. Have a good stream. Hey, Goddess. Thank you. Going for antibiotics. Okay. Oh, you're on them too. They could even reintroduce crossbreed minions. I miss those, even if they could be frustrating to fight. Did you hear when I was doing the April Fool's patch notes, I had one that was like, when Necromancer's minions now require a corpse to summon, but if they are used on the corpse of a dead friendly player, that player can control the minion until they're revived. That idea, I got that from when Death Knight first came out in World of Warcraft. They had Raise Dead, but it wasn't a battle res, like Druid battle res. Theirs was like you would raise someone as a ghoul, and they got to play as a ghoul for a couple of minutes, and it was weak, but it was better than them doing nothing dead on the floor. So it was so funny because people found out what you thought about them. Because for those who have not played WoW, imagine you're in a raid, and imagine your raid group has 2 battle reses. And imagine you die, and someone's like, should I battle res him? And someone else goes, no, save it. That's them saying, he's not important enough. We've only got 2 of these. We're going to save it, right? So, like, because it's like, okay, he was DPS number 7. We need to save it in case the tank or the healers die. Or DPS number 1 dies, right? So when that would happen, I could be like, oh, I'll make a ghoul out of him. I would just turn him into like this 1k DPS zombie, but it was more useful than him being dead on the ground. So like the worst dead players were basically just, and they were my undead minions, and they were just going around slapping things. Eventually they reworked that skill and just made it like a proper battle res. So Death Knights had a battle res and Druids had a battle res. I don't know if that still persists today because, you know, my time was in the past. But yeah, it was a funny time. Didn't you come back as a ghoul too? Yeah, there was an undead trait for a time that gave you like some bonus armor, but also if you died, you came back as a ghoul for like 45 seconds. Fun thing with that one, the very first kill I ever got on Kel'Thuzad, the boss of Naxxramas, our screenshot for it was like 10-man, right? There was 9 people on the ground dead. I was the only one alive, and I was in ghoul form, and ghoul had a move called Huddle, where he would go like this, and he would take 50% less damage for 10 seconds. And the boss was at 1% health. I died, I was the last man standing, but I went into ghoul form, so the fight didn't instantly reset, and I did Huddle, and then the boss died from dots. So technically the boss died after we were all dead, but we had a screenshot on we had a guild webpage. We had a guild webpage with me like this over my 9 dead teammates and Kel'Thuzad dead next to me, and then we all had to run back because there was no one to revive so we could get the loot. What keeps you into Guild Wars 2 instead of WoW or other MMOs? I beat WoW. I played WoW for like 10 years. I led server first, stuff like that. Now granted, that was a long time ago, but I burned out the part of my brain that enjoyed WoW. Guild Wars 2, I love the combat system. It's so damn fluid. It is so good. Like, there is just so much you can do in this game. Like, no holding still to cast spells, no mana bars, nothing like that. It is just a very fluid movement and combat system. Like, there's times where I love the story. There's times I think the story sucks. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, the writing, you know. No, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But it's the combat, the gameplay. It just keeps me very engaged. Druid, Death Knight, Locke, and Pally have battle res now. I remember Warlock's Soul Stones. I assume it's that. I didn't know Pally did. Muck, you beat Neo 3. Any boss with hours of attempts? There's definitely bosses I spent over an hour in. Hours? I cannot recall. I can't actually, wait. How long did the final boss of Neo 3 take me? Do you guys remember? I think it was a 2+. I think I spent 2+ hours on the final boss. It was tough. It was very challenging. He had a lot of phases, but yeah, I did eventually get good. I did kill him, but yeah, the final boss was probably the one that took me the longest. He's a couple hours. You don't mind the big difference in the idea of progression between each game? Mm-mm. I mean, yo! Wait, how many? Oh my god, Zarin! Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Helping me pay off these stupid medical bills. Thank you so much. Hope your vocals are improving. Me too. I'm doing everything I can on that. We're going to have a giveaway here in a few minutes, then I'm going to get back to resting. But I have been drinking water like nobody's business the last few days. Lots of rest, and I'm on the meds they've got me on. So I'm trying. Let me finish answering this question, and then we'll set up the giveaway. No holding still while casting spells while casting Astro 5 is definitely a choice. Okay, yes, in fairness, there are a few extremely powerful abilities in this game where you do have to hold still to cast spells, but 99% of the abilities in this game, you don't. Okay, there is clarification. You don't mind the big differences in the idea of progression between games? No. So Zenlol, I have played Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, Black Desert Online, WildStar, Rift. I've tried ESO, I've tried FF14, EverQuest 2. So since, God, I'm old, 25 years ago, 2001, I've been playing MMOs, and you know my interest will change. Like for this year, I was hooked on BDO for this year, whatever. But 25 years I've been playing MMOs, and right now Guild Wars 2 has got me, and it's had me for like 6 or 7 years now. And that is a lot of red over there. I have not had the temptation to boot up WoW Retail ever since coming to this. Before Guild Wars 2, the most recent one I played was like 10 years of WoW. Yo, who is that? Ogre JD with 10 memberships for the YouTube channel. Thank you, Ogre. Appreciate you. Thank you. Have you played Lineage 2? I have not played Lineage 2. No, I have not played that one.
Fandral raided my stream with 46 viewers.
Thank you, Fandral. Have you tried honeyed tea? Yes. There was during December, people were giving me all kind of crazy home remedies. I tried honeyed tea. I tried hot honey tea. Tried honey. Tried hot honey water. Unfortunately, didn't work. Thank you, Fandral.
Oh look, ramen.
Okay. Cool. Cool. I think it's about that time. Well, just to recap for all the people that are coming in from the raid right now, I've been doing short streams this week to focus on trying to heal my voice. ArenaNet has given me some gem codes, so this is a sponsored giveaway of sorts, and we are going to set up the giveaway bot, and we are going to hopefully put some smiles on some faces before I have to take my leave. So here's how this works. Please listen closely if you would like to participate. Rule number 1, you need to be a follower if you're on Twitch or a subscriber if you're on YouTube. Either one, that's the free button. I'm not asking you for much here. Rule number 2, if you would like to enter into the giveaway, let's just do this. Hang on just a moment. Please enter your Guild Wars 2 display name, which you can find by clicking on contacts, and it's right there. I'm showing you mine. This is not risky. One time in the chat. If you win, now, real quickly, these codes are for the standalone client, but if you win and you're like, hey, I'm a Steam player, I can't use the code, tell me, and I can consume the code, get the gems, buy you something you want, and mail you the something you want. So like worst case scenario, if you're on like Steam or Epic, I could send you Blackline keys with the gems. So you can still get something out of this. Excuse me, hiccups. You can still get something out of this. So, let me see. How many codes do I have right now? Hold on. Looks like 8. Okay. I will do 8 winners. 8 winners, 400 gems per code. What was that? 3,200 gems? So 8 winners, 400 gems per. Have you been gaming off stream? Oh, absolutely. I mean, you guys know how many hours a day I'm normally gaming. During our morning streams, I was working on Timberborn, and I started a second playthrough of Timberborn playing as these guys. They're called the Iron Teeth. They're like these black-furred beavers. And I played it on the hardest difficulty, and dude, it was absolutely brutal. I did beat it, but it was like, there's like 30-day-long droughts and stuff, so you have to have water stored up like a month in advance and stuff like that. It was absolutely crazy. But yeah, I did a playthrough of this over the last few days, and been playing more Total War. Won't lie, I never enter giveaways, I just enjoy listening to you do them. It's a good time. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here, Delta. Is Timberborn very different from Against the Storm? Yes. One of the most glaring differences is Against the Storm is a roguelike. Timberborn is not. So that's one of the biggest ones. So Timberborn, you know, obviously you could get wiped out if you have like a famine, you don't have enough food, there's a drought or a bad tide. But Against the Storm is not about just beating the map once. Against the Storm is about conquering this town, and then you turn your attention to the next one. Then you build up this town, and you turn your attention to the next one. That one died, pull back, go to this other one, right? So it's lots of small wins. Timberborn is like one big project.
Yes.
On that note, chat, I think I'm gonna reach into my jar of cough drops here. These things are starting to feel pretty rough. How are we doing on time? We got 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes to enter the giveaway if anybody would like to. Also, anytime I'm doing gem code giveaways, I can't do the whole thing where subs get extra luck, but you know, if you just want to support the channel, great time to use your Prime subs if you're sitting on one. But this one is everybody gets one entry for this giveaway. I use those Prime subs. Primes are incredibly helpful. Honestly, as a streamer, I think Prime subs is one of the biggest wins that Twitch has over all of its competitors. Like Kick and YouTube and Rumble or any others that I might not know the names of. I'm not sure if you saw my message. I may have some good advice on how to... Oh my god! On how you can fix your voice. Hang on, Andy. I'll click on your chat. Who is that? Darth Mole with 10 subs. Thank you, Darth. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yo, 10 more subs from Darth Mole. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What did Andy say? He says, recommend chamomile tea, mix honey and sea salt into it and inhale the
Niranxalins gifted a tier 1 sub to Jar of Pennies. They have given 4 gift subs in the channel.
Did you drink it after you snorted it, or did you only snort it? Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Huh? Got bored another 20. Holy crap. Dude, you guys are spoiling me. Thank you so much. Got bored 20 subs. Nyron with a gift. Volkalin with a gift. Darth Maul with 10? Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna try to do this once. Muckla Douglas, Bartholomew, Reginald Esquire, the fourth, Mr. Johnson, and Simple, the third, goes all of you to the lab. Hope you enjoy your Saint Demon is on the way. Crank at the speakers, don't touch the biggest giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. Welcome. Memuck's mouth has been going off. Yeah, he's hooked up to the announcements. Whatever you say comes out of his mouth. He's your speaker. Did T guys say that? I will say one of the things that you guys recommended that might be working, and I've tried it, is inhaling steam. Like anytime I take a shower during the last few days, is like I make it as hot as I possibly can and just kind of hang out in there for a while just to inhale as much steam as I can. And I think it does provide some temporary relief. Don't snort salt. He didn't inhale the steam. Okay. I did have, among the many teas y'all recommended, I did have chamomile tea. I had it with honey, I had it without honey. Honestly, I didn't feel better afterward. Steam, yes. Vicks has a menthol sniff stick. Oh! Sniff stick that's pretty intense but effective. Yeah, I've got some menthol cough drops that hit like a truck and they kind of like numb my whole throat. And honestly, I feel great for like 30 minutes, but then I feel worse after. I suggest a humidifier for whatever room you spend the most time in if you can handle it. Is it safe to run a humidifier in a room with computers? Because that would be the room. Drosen TTV with 10 gifted subs. Yo, didn't expect to see a hype train on a stream that was meant to be 1 hour long. Thank you, Drosen, for your contribution. Yobos as well. Thank you guys so much. I only inhaled it. I don't drink the tea. The idea is that the sore spot in your throat can't be reached with the tea, but if you inhale it, the steam can reach the sore spot. It was recommended to me by a doctor. You know what? I think I still have some chamomile tea at home from when I attempted it, so I might actually have all the materials to try
Tanleon
this.
gifted a tier 1 sub to Ganleal. They have given 7 gift subs in the channel.
Flashlight. What the hell? Darth Maul with another 10. Thank you, Darth Maul. Credorian gifting out 5. Why? Why did 8? You guys are never predictable. Like, some days if I'm doing like a birthday stream or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I typically get more streams than usual on a birthday stream. You know, sometimes it's that's predictable, but then moments like this happen and I never predict it. Scam train, scam train! Yeah! You need a sinus inhaler? Maybe. Computers should be fine with a reasonable level of humidity, say 60%. You need a sinus inhaler. Well, all these gifted subs, how in the world has Anonymous not gifted one? Why the short streams recently? Lego USR, my voice is damaged. Laryngitis with other problems, and I can't talk for very long. So we're healing up this week. All right, chat, the timer, thank you guys so very much for all the subs. Let's give out some stuff. So I'm gonna draw 8 winners, and each winner can get a Steam, a gem code for the standalone client. If you are on Steam, please tell me. I can redeem the code myself, get the gems, buy you something you want, and mail it to you to get around that restriction. So, without further ado, winner number 1. Oh, sponsored by ArenaNet. Kneecaps. Winner number 1. X Cawthon X. If you're here, speak up and it's yours. X Cawthon X. Feel better, Mark? I'm trying. I'm doing all the things. But yeah, because of the steam thing, I think humidity might actually help, but I don't own a humidifier. If I felt like it would help, I could make a purchase. Cawthon says, I'm here. Okay, so Cawthon is on, let me see, where is he? There he is, okay. Cawthon, since you're on Twitch, Cawthon, are you standalone client or something else? I'm just gonna be ready to answer this, guys. Anyone who wins, I'm gonna ask: are you standalone or something else? Standalone. Okay. Okay. So let me copy this. I am going to just send you a Twitch DM because that's where you're at. And boom, it's in your DM. I have slid into your DMs. Just in case anyone needs to hear it, if you get one of these codes, you click on Blackline Trading Company. You click redeem code, and you paste it right here. Okay. Put a humidifier in a stream room, at least measure humidity level, make sure it's appropriate for constant voice emissions. Yeah, I would have to research that. My knee-jerk reaction with no knowledge on this subject is humidity in a room with computers sounds like a stupid idea, but I don't know, I could do some reading on it. All right, winner number 2. Boop, 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 boop.
Big winner.
Zyber Droid J7Y on YouTube. Are you here? He says, I'm here. Zyber, are you a standalone client or other? Okay, so since you're on YouTube, I cannot DM you through YouTube because it doesn't have that anymore. So what I'm gonna do, hold on, where's the bacon? Okay, there we go. I am going to send you an in-game mail with the code. It's going to be slightly more of a pain, but that's the best thing I got. So just a sec. All right, and sent. It is done. Okay. It is in your in-game mail, Zyber. I've already sent it to your in-game mail. All right, congratulations. All right, winner number 3. Winner number 3. Oh wait, what? Noxxi says as long as the PC fans work well, a humidifier can be used around a PC. They're expected around humid environments to work. Interesting. Okay. Like I said, I admit I have no knowledge on this subject before today. All right, winner number 3. Soap Bubble, are you here? I know they're here because they just said hi, Noxxi. Soap, are you standalone client or other? Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Cyber. Google says ideal relative humidity for gaming computers is 40 to 60%, while most hardware can operate in a wide range, 20 to 80, keeping it within an optimal moderate range prevents both corrosion and high moisture and electrostatic discharge.
Woon 45 months.
All right. I've been running a humidifier in my room where my PC is for 6 months now, no problems. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, yeah, you know what? Follow up a stupid question. You know, there was a guy just a minute ago telling me to make tea with salt and honey and then just, like, inhale over it. Like, in the humidifier, are you guys putting anything extra into the water, or is it just water? Is it just steam? I don't know if you guys are putting bath bombs in there or something like that. Let's see. Soap Bubble says thanks. Standalone. Okay. Crap. Okay, there it is. Alright, that's winner number 3 out of 8. Sent. It's in your Twitch DM, Soap Bubble. If you put any oils that might hurt chip. Oh, we don't want to do that. Just water, just water, just water. There are aroma diffusers, but those don't humidify enough. Got it, okay. Like I said, I don't even currently own a humidifier. I'm just asking out of knowledge. Fill it with Coke, have a good time. Which kind of Coke? Just breathing in caffeinated air. Oh! Winner number 4. PJ Drummer. Are you here? No, we love Chip. We don't want to do anything bad to Chip. He is having a very peaceful nap right next to me right now. Hang on, we're waiting on Drummer to respond. See, lump. He is at peace. PJ says standalone client. Well, wait, he says, well, slap me with a strawberry and call me juicy, I won. Okay. That's a line. Alright, PJ Drummer, Twitch, and standalone. Alright, winner number 4. Pasty. Monk, I add colloidal silver. It's safe for cats, and like I said, on the stove simmer and use a towel to trap steam around your face. Okay. Call him Juicy. Juicy! All right. Winner number 5 out of 8. Pick a winner. From the YouTube audience, is Linda Leonard H5D still here? If you respond, it's yours. Not on a gas stove. I just have a electric stove. Let me tell you guys about a first world problem I had yesterday. I had a craving for a grilled ham and cheese sandwich. It's not something I eat often. I haven't had one in a long time. So my wife was going to the grocery store yesterday morning. I was like, can you pick up some sliced ham? And she's like, sure. So she brings back sliced ham. So lunchtime comes around. I had just had this like really strong cough drop. Hold on, I'll show you guys. I asked her to get cough drops the other day, and she comes back with these. And these things say, do not take more than one every 2 hours. So I don't know what's different about these, but these are apparently like a major kick in the pants. So I take one of these, and like, my mouth is like, I don't want to say it's like burning, but it's unpleasant. And I was like, okay, these things are strong with whatever's in these things. So I take one of these, and then I go to make my grilled ham and cheese. I couldn't even taste it. So my craving was unsatisfied because the cough drop like numbed my whole mouth, and I'm like, damn it. I went through all the trouble to make this sandwich. I can't even taste it. Major first world problems. Last call for Linda Leonard. I haven't heard from them yet. Do those have zinc? What does it say? Active ingredient, hexylresorcinol. And most of the others that I got are like peptin or something like that. So like this one says not more than one every 2 hours or you'll muck and die. So I don't know, this one is some kind of different caliber. Knock something off my desk. Okay. All right, Linda has not responded, so we're drawing a new name. Demon Waker 13, are you here? Have you checked to see if you grind your teeth at night? I don't think I do. The issue is down here. It's not up here. Any given away yet? We have given out 4 gem codes. I've got 4 more to give out. Demon Waker 13, are you here? Okay, they said yay. Demon Waker, are you on standalone client or other? Have you checked if you wear wigs once? Because one of you weirdos sent me a free Ren wig, and I wore it one time, I can say that I do on occasion wear a wig. Demon Waker says standalone by Godsmack. Wow. Alright, well you're on Twitch, so I will DM you through the Twitch DM service. Here is your code Demon. Congratulations. Yeah, chat, I'm looking at my chat history with Demon Waker, and it's just like, every 3 months, it's me sending him a code. So I've got like, just like opening up the chat history with him is just a year of him winning and then us going radio silent for 3 months, repeat. All right, that's number 5. Winner number 6. Oh, Linda's back. Yeah, I'm sorry, Linda. Yeah, we called you a few times. Sorry. Winner number 6. Pick winner. F. Alley. That sounded way worse. I tried to be playful with it, and that sounded way worse. Is Ethely here? I'm on standalone, please and thank you. Alright. I love the preparedness. Ethely is known for 2 things. Yelling at me to play Warframe, and calling YouTube chat stinky. Uh-oh, what just happened? Oh no. That was weird. I don't know if you guys lost audio, but I lost audio for a minute there. I think my earbuds came out disconnected, but I fixed it. Alright. And pasty, pasty, paste. Alright. Affiliate, it is in your Twitch DMs. Congratulations. Play more Warframe. I think the at this point I'm kind of invested in the Halo story, So I think the next non-Guild Wars 2 game I'm going to do is Halo 3. Because we just finished Halo 2. And let me tell you guys, Halo 2 had a bull crap ending. If I had been a Halo fan when Halo 2 came out and I got to that ending, I would have been pissed. Like, that was quite the cliffhanger. So we finished Halo 2. And I need to knock out Halo 3 through whatever next and finish the story. Master Chef? Yeah, we were Master Chef. Alright. Halo 2 multiplayer and co-op was lit. Halo 2 multiplayer was the only type of Halo that I ever played as a kid, because as a kid, my parents didn't let me have consoles, so like when I would go over to friends' houses, I would sometimes play multiplayer with them. I had no idea what I was doing, you know, I was just treating it like any shooter. But I'm going through the campaign right now for my very first time. Okay. Was it 7? Lucky 7. Here we go. From the YouTube chat, Laws Live. Are you here? Laws Live. If you respond, it's yours. Lucky 7 AO. AO! Alright, Laws, are you standalone client or other? Don't let him play 4. Don't let me play 4? Standalone. Okay.
Casual raided my stream with 8 viewers.
Hello, Casual. Thank you so much for the raid. We're finishing up a giveaway right now. I'm sorry you're catching us right at the end of it, but I really appreciate that. Let's see. Laws Live, I am sending you, because YouTube doesn't have a DM service, I am sending you your code via in-game mail. It'll be slightly more of a pain to type it in, but it'll get you your gems, and that way no one sees it. Alright, your gem code is in the in-game mail. Once again, a reminder, if you win a gem code, you click on this thing at the top, and then you click redeem code, and you put it right there. Next chronologically is ODST. It came out after 3, but adds context to the events between 2 and 3. Oh, crap. Okay, I don't play 3 next? Oh, I'm glad you're telling me this now. Okay, this is kind of funny. Chat, Darth Mole is trying to give medical advice, but his message, if you are chewing or suck on the inside of your cheeks and tongue, you can develop a condition that can cause blah, 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 blah. But because he said tongue you, Twitch thinks he's trying to flirt with me. On my wedding anniversary. And Twitch wants me to put him down. Goodness gracious. Anyway. Alright. One more, chat. One more. So, final one. Final gem code. Once again, thank you to you guys for being here. Thank you to ArenaNet for giving me gem codes to give away. It makes this fun. So cross your fingers, cross your toes, use a lifeline, phone a friend, poll the audience, do the 50-50 thing. Pick a winner. There's Iron here. Last call for Chiron. If he doesn't respond, I'll call someone else. I want purple balls. Wow, he entered the giveaway by putting his name and saying, I want purple balls. Charmon. Are you standalone client or other? Standalone. Okay. Congratulations. Let's see. My favorite memory with Charmon is when we recently played Darktide, and all of us went down, and he had to clutch it and save us while he was playing the Ogren, and he failed, and he killed us all. Good times. Alright, Charmon, I am sliding into your Twitch DMs. I have a code, and I am pasting it there. Make sure to copy-paste that into the gem store. Congratulations. Alright, and that is 8. That is 8. My favorite memory is winning his purple balls before he did. You know, who was that guy that during a giveaway, he's like, I was giving out ectos. Some guy, Bob, we'll say Bob. Bob wins, Charmon's freaking out because he lost. And Bob goes, I pass because I want Charmon to have the chance to lose a second time. And I was like, damn, who peed in your Cheerios? What? Like, just the way he said it. He didn't just say, I passed, or I'll pass to give Charmon another chance. He goes, I want Charmon to lose twice. And he did. And he did. Understandable. Yeah, understandable. Have a nice day. All right, chat, you guys have been amazing. Thank you for being here and for reading that, doing the giveaway stuff, and for your generosity with all the subs and stuff. Really appreciate it. And, you know, also your understanding, because this... I worked without taking a day off for 7 years. This week sucks for me. I'm stressing out about this. So with that, I am going to take this opportunity to raid Laura, who is live. I'm assuming she just went live for her 2 p.m. stream, and she's 6.5 hours late, because you know how she is. So I'm going to give her some support. I'll see you guys over there, and I will be back to keep the streak alive tomorrow, and I'll try some more of these crazy home remedies you guys have sent me. Y'all take care, and I will see you later.